Hello, this is Jim. Today in this video, I want to show you how to properly assign warehouses to materials used either by third parties or our own VSI technicians. There's quite more people billing right now, and I want to make sure that everybody understands the procedure. It has changed a little bit, so I want to make sure that I get this out to everybody so that everybody understands exactly what the new procedure is and what we're looking to do. It is very important that we uh, keep track of the inventory properly, and unfortunately billing is where it can go either wrong or it could be corrected. um, so I want to kind of go over, in this instance we're going to use a carry third party material bill, but the same procedure will go for BSI technicians or any type of customer's call. In this first example, we're going to use 907-2387, which is going to be the job that we're going to be working with. Some of the things that I want you guys to look out for is always read the notes that the technicians write down when we do billing, because a lot of times they will write down stuff that they use, but they do not add it to the description of the parts. So, at billing, this is what we're going to check to make sure that we're getting everything billed for properly, not just what the technicians wrote down. Whenever there's a question, that's when an email or a call to me could be placed, and this way we could kind of figure it out. In this instance, it looks like the third-party technician, used two machines. They replaced blades on both machines and also replaced a bad button on one of the machines. So but there was no parts assigned to it. So we're gonna figure out how to assign the parts. Then we are going to go ahead and assign them to the proper warehouse to make sure that we keep the right type of inventory control. What I would do next here is, obviously you will be working with, if it's especially one of these carry work orders, you're going to be working off of these universal work orders. So it's going to give us the part numbers here in descriptions. So it's going to tell us exactly what we use. So they used two of this 205-11 blades, and they used one of the 104-11, which is the border buttons. So the way we're going to assign these is we're going to go ahead and click on Edit. We are going to go down here. We're going to go ahead and get started with the shaver first, 205-11. We're going to go ahead and find the part. Okay, now based on this, now we got to assign a warehouse. So now warehouses are usually on here alphabetical. So in this instance, the third-party service provider is Service Associates, and we notice that they're not here. Service Associates are not on this list. So what we do in this instance, we assign it to, our first option is going to be Lost and Found. If Lost and Found cannot be found on this list, then we just assign it to the closest one. It doesn't really matter at this point because you're going to let me know and then I'm going to fix it. So in this instance, we're going to go ahead and do Statesville. Then we're going to go ahead and make sure that we assign two of these because we use two of them. And then we're going to go to the next part. In the next part, we're going to go ahead and, now if you notice, the list is a lot longer in this one as opposed to the other one. So the way you could do is you could start typing. So Service Associates, if they have this part or have ever have this part, the third party will show here. In this instance, is they're here. We're going to go ahead and select them. It tells us they have 3 on hand. It doesn't matter if the number is -3. As long as they're on the list, we need to pick them from the list. This has to happen every single time. If it's a technician for BSI technician like James O'Brien, we would pick him. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pick Service Associates. We're going to go ahead and make sure that there's one. We're going to save the job. Now, what's important, extremely important, is that in the case that the warehouses do not match for any reason, either says non-inventory item or you had to pick a different warehouse, including Lost and Found. The change in procedure is that before, I would tell you to go ahead and put it in lost and found. Now that's no longer an option. You can still pick lost and found temporarily, but you still have to let me know. And the way you let me know is fairly simple now. You're going to go ahead and here, you're going to highlight the job number. You can either do Control C for copy, or you just go down here and do copy. Do not do copy link. We want to do just copy. You're going to open up an email. You're going to address it to me. We're going to do look at parts. Could be very generic. And then just go ahead and do paste. Right click and do paste. And basically, you could just keep letting me know if you want to just keep an email open, and every time you run into it and send it to me all at one shot, that's good too. Or you can send me one at a time. It doesn't really matter to me. I just want to make sure that I get these emails. The reason I like this format here is because now I could just simply click on the link and it's going to bring me right to the job. Okay, so that's the reason I'm saying copy that particular link. In the email, what I do like to do is next to the numbers, let me know if this is holding up billing. Let's say this is a billable call and the part you need it for billing, but you cannot find it. If you found a part and it just needs a warehouse reassigned, I don't need to know that. You can just bill it out. Don't worry about the assignment. I will follow up behind you and assign it to the right warehouse, and that'll correct the inventory. But if for whatever reason you tell me you give me a job number and you just couldn't find the part, that I need you to do need for billing, and then this way I will put a priority to those, get back to those, fix them right away, and then get back to you, tell you that they're done, so that you can go ahead and get them billed out. Again, if the part is there and all you need is just to reassign the warehouse, you can go ahead and bill it out. It doesn't hold up billing because nothing changes from a billing standpoint. Just let me know and I will follow up behind you that day, the next day, and assign the proper warehouse. Basically, there's got to be some inventory that has to move behind the scenes in order for that warehouse to appear. Once a part, once a warehouse has ever had a certain part, their name will always be on that list. So, we're always kind of chasing that. But for the mean part, extremely, extremely important. Every single time that you find that you could not assign the right warehouse, you got to let me know. We're going to be monitoring this fairly closely because we're begging and really just demanding that the technicians keep the inventories very straight. Everything can fall apart at billing if they don't do something right. So at billing is where we got to catch it. Our eyes are trained on only one thing as opposed to 1,000 things that the technicians are doing. So at billing is where we got to watch out for our inventory. Any questions, give me a call, shoot me an email, and then hopefully this helps us move forward. Key is you don't need to call me to fix something. You can just email me, and then I'll try to get to it. If I'm sitting at my desk, I'm going to get to it right away. All right, any questions, like I said, give me a call, shoot me an email.